Hi, it's Mike from Quickagist. Today we're going to show you how to actually search for a property, how to book a property through the Quickagist website. When you go to quickagist.com, you'll come to the main first page. You'll see at the top you've got different options: search now, advertise now, how it works, where you can go to see how you advertise, search for a property, if you're a stock agent, information for them, about us on livestock agistment, horse agistment, and login register. First step is really to register. Let's click on this button here. Here we'll be taken through to the registration page or login page. On the left-hand side, you can see you've got login. So if you are a member or you've registered before, you can enter your details and log on. Or if you're signing up for the first time as an animal owner or a gistee, you should enter your details here. Go ahead and make up a name. And we need to accept the terms and conditions. You can read the terms and conditions by clicking on here and a new screen will pop up. If you do want to advertise a property, you need to become an agister or a property owner, and you should click here. Alternatively, you can go to advertise now and you can register through this button here. Again, if you need to understand how to advertise a property, you can go to how it works and advertise a property. We'll register. And we're done. So we've registered, we've put in our details. That's all the information we need to get started. Next step is to search for a property. We'll go to search now. Here we can see we've got two properties. One's actually live at the moment, the Lara agistment, and Cobden, which is a made up property at the moment. The features on the search here, we can enter the location. So if we wanted to look up Cobden as an example, we could type that in, and that would come up with Australia, and the search would zoom in on that space there. As you can see, there's no results there because actually this ad is not actually in Cobden. Bit of a trick. It's actually in Canada. So go back to those two properties and have a look at them. But on the left-hand side, you can zoom in and out of the K radius. Within 25 Ks, you can put up a few hundred Ks. You can see the data available. Livestock, what type. We've only got two ads for cattle at the moment, but could have sheep or horses. You can select the type of farms. Both of them are commercial farms, but they could be hobby farms or they could be a horse agistment. And you can obviously change the price per day depending on what you want. Again, these two properties are sort of priced at around $1. Over here, we can actually see where the properties are. It's sitting in the middle of the ocean because the property, as I said, Cobden, is over in Canada. It's been set up that way as the advertisement, and you can see it's on Hello Road, Jackson's Point, Canada. The other property, which is a live property at the moment, is in Australia, and we can see that is down in Derrenellum, and you can zoom in and click on that property and then go through. We'll go through the Cobden property because that's the one we want to do some work on today. The next page comes up with the Cobden property. Usually there'll be some pictures here of the property, and down below you'll get all the information about the agistment. You can see who the legal entity is. You can see if it's been managed by an authorised representative, e.g. someone like an elders, and you can see all the details of how much land's available, what type of preferred cattle they want, how many, what kind of facilities they have, how you get access as an animal owner to the property and when you can get access, how far the cattle or the sale yards are, type of fencing, condition, water systems and feed, and what type of grass or maybe hay or silage they're actually going to feed your animals. Any issues around biosecurity as well from their own Angus beef and herd, this as an example, or any other issues they've got around diseases or issues on the farm. Again, we've got property location. As I said before, this is located in Canada. Last but not least, if there were reviews, you would see reviews here of the property owner and their agistment, and you'd also get to see a few files or pictures if there was pictures uploaded of the property. On the right-hand side, you can see the contact details of the property owner or agistor. Here you've got the phone number, and you can also press contact, which actually comes up with an email, so you can input your email details and fire that away, and that will get straight to the property owner. And last but not least, down the side here, we've got the calendar availability, and we can see the price. It's $1.20 per day. Remember, it's per day, not per week. And you also can see here when it's available. If it's greyed out, it will mean that that property is not available for those dates. This property is available for 3 months from current date of the 14th of August all the way through to November the 14th. You can see they're greyed out. I know that I built this one to be a minimum days of 30 days of agistment period up to 90. So we'll go ahead and just put in 30 days and see what that comes up with. So that's telling us the price effectively for 20 head of cattle, but if we go to 40, it can recalculate that and tell us that it's 1,600 or 1,700 nearly. That excludes the quick adjust fee and also GST. So we'll go ahead and go through to see whether we can put a booking request in. This is where we'd have to fill in some details. So we start filling in the billing details. So we'll put in our name, our company, if we've got one. It might be just a personal cost. Where we're located, put in the same address as I did before. Hello Street, suburb, put in Cobden again, state, Victoria, postcode, put in whatever's relevant, and we'll put in a phone number. Again, this is all random at this stage. Owner of the livestock, so this would be hopefully the same entity you put in to the left, but not always. We put in our email address, that should be already pre-filled as we've logged in. The address of our own property, where we're located. Most of the time you're probably at the same address, so we'll put in this address here. But you may have several properties and need to change that. Down here, this is where we had to start filling in some questionnaires about our own cattle, livestock, sheep, etc. Really centered around biosecurity questions around the national livestock identification system and the transfer forms that you need to fill in. So we'll go through this quickly and we'll answer the questions yes, no, or not applicable. Does the agistee or does the animal owner property have a property identifier code as per the NLIS? We'll say yes. Are we consigned livestock from a livestock production assurance accredited property? We'll say yes. Do we have livestock assurance? Yes. We're going to have put cattle on here, club breed, maybe it's Angus beef. Sex, we're just going to put some steers on here. Number, well, we said we put in 40 on that booking. Are they calm? Are they quiet? We'll say they're calm, but put in whatever you feel is relevant. Vaccination details, you can put in as much detail as you want or fully vaccinated. Obviously, the owner of the property may ask further questions if you don't put in information because they want to make sure that they don't get any diseases on their property. Any parasites or diseases or health concerns, not applicable for now, but again, if you have, put that through. Were all the livestock born and raised on the property? Yes, we actually bred them. Do all the livestock have an NLIS accredited ear-tag? Yes, they really should anyway, but yes. If applicable in the past 60 days, have any of the cattle, sheep or goats in this consignment consumed any material that was still within the withholding period? We'll say no. Have the cattle, sheep, lamb or farmed goats in this consignment ever in their lives been fed feed containing animal fats? No. Are any of the cattle, including dairy, sheep or farmed goats in this consignment still within a withholding period? We'll say no. In the past 42 days, were any of these cattle ever grazed or in a spray risk area or fed feeder cut from a spray drift risk area? No. Have any of the cattle in this consignment ever in their lives been treated for HGPs or hormonal growth prominence? I'll say no. If applicable in the past 60 days, have any of these cattle, including dairy, been fed byproducts? No. We can also put some pictures of our cattle in, so you can go to that and they'll pop up with the screen, and we can put any information that we've got, around trucking and so forth, getting to the place. And that's really it. That's as simple as it gets. We can see here that we've obviously selected steers for 2 to 300 kg. That's the cost. We've obviously entered 40. We've got our booking dates there. Duration put in for 5 weeks. You can see the quick adjust fee here, which is effectively 4% of that number there. And again, this number excludes GST. We've got some information here to help explain that down below. Down below, we've got a written agreement. So all this information that you've input, all the information that the property owner has input into the ad does form part of the written agreement. It's a standard written agreement for all agistment. It's not tailored. You can see that agreement by clicking here and it'll pop up. You can have a read. If you've got any questions, please reach out to admin@quickagist.com. But for now, we'll click tick. And also the T's and C's, terms and conditions. Again, you can read that. That's more about our website and the do's and don'ts on it. That's really it. We click this button here, request confirmation. And what that's going to do is come up with anything that we have not done. And so what it's saying here is that we have not put any pictures in from a gallery. So we really do need to put those in. So we'll come up with some pictures there. I've got a cattle picture here, put that in. And that's now loaded. So we'll click again. The same thing would happen if you didn't put or answer a question above. All questions are really compulsory. And that's basically order received. So here's a bit of a confirmation of all the information you've put in. You'll get an email of this information sent to your email address that you've input. What now happens is all this information gets sent to the agistor or the property owner. They can then review that. They can then call you, email you and ask you any questions on your livestock. They may even want you to come and inspect the land beforehand before accepting. They don't have a date where they need to get that confirmation done by, but we do like to get this done within 3 days. But of course, if people need to travel, it may take longer than that. Once they're comfortable, they'll either decline or accept, and you'll receive an email with further details, including invoices for costs, etc. Quickagist does ask for a upfront or 1 month in advance payment, and that's just really for security, and then payments are 1 month ongoing over the term of the agistment. That's really it. If you do have any questions, please reach out to admin@quickagist.com. We do have a frequently asked questions page down the bottom if you've got some questions that may be answered there. And we've also got how it works up here, searching for property, etc. Thanks again, and thanks for logging in. Bye.